appreciate Nate for organizing this and inviting everybody out. I appreciate everybody being here. My name is Franklin Ammons. 38 years old, born and raised here in Knoxville, attended West High School, graduated in 2006. From there, went to the University of South Sewanee, graduated with a degree in history and earned my law degree at the University of Memphis in 2013, and was licensed to practice law that fall. So I've practiced over a decade now. Began practicing in private practice before moved to my current role at the Knox County District Attorney General's office. So for approximately about 8.5 to 9 years, did private practice where I handled predominantly criminal defense, in addition to some civil matters. Then was fortunate enough to be given an opportunity to go work for General Allen at the Knox County DA's office. From there, I worked in a couple different capacities, including 2 of our specialized prosecution units, the child abuse unit with Ashley and Heather. Of course, Ashley was our team leader, still is, so worked hard to get justice for victims, particularly child victims. Those are often difficult cases, so we worked hard to get justice. And presently, I'm assigned to the white collar unit, and as a prosecutor in the white collar unit, we handle complex financial crimes, public corruption, organized retail crime, things of that nature that have generally a fraud and financial component. So I think when considering applying for this position, one thing I considered was my background. Having spent time as both a criminal defense attorney and a prosecutor, having that balance of being sat on both sides of the courtroom, understanding what each attorney is going through with their client or what the prosecutor may be going through with their victim, the issues that arise, the difficulties, the challenges, and ultimately the burden that rests on both attorneys' shoulders. It is a heavy burden when you walk in the court. You're representing an individual and their life is in your hands. That is a heavy burden. Equally, as a prosecutor, when you walk into court, whether it's a crime that involves a victim or not, and particularly those crimes involve victims, that's a heavy burden as you seek justice for that victim. So having both of those experiences really uniquely situates me to slide into a neutral role as a judge. Additionally, as part of my experience in private practice, I handle quite a bit of appellate work. So I briefed and argued a variety of cases in court of criminal appeals, including direct appeals following convictions, post-conviction matters, writs of error, court notice, and a variety of other post-judgment matters. And I think the one valuable experience I learned there is the importance of what is going on at the trial level in terms of the record, the importance of building a record and ensuring that the record has what all the parties would need in the event there is a conviction. It's important for both attorneys, both the AG's office and the private practice attorney, to have in the record what they need to facilitate the appeal. And ultimately, it's important for that panel of 3 judges to have in the record what they need to rule on an issue. And I think when that experience has taught me is the value of articulating a ruling, the value of digesting each party's arguments, allowing those parties to make their argument, and ultimately working hard to get the issue right. And I think that's important as a judge when anybody's coming before you to listen to them, consider the arguments, and issue a fair ruling based on the law. And as you do that, tell the parties exactly how you got there. I always liked and appreciated when judges really did that, articulated why they ruled what they did. I think that's critical so that everybody understands what is occurring and what is transpiring at a trial court level. And again, that does facilitate the appellate review process. So that's a little bit of my background in terms of personal background. Like I said, born and raised here in Knoxville, live here with my wife and 2 daughters, involved in our church with the Silent Angels Committee, and what we do there is identify individuals in need. Generally, it's a very short, temporary need and trying to provide them some financial assistance. I'm also involved with the International Mission Committee at our church, where we support a variety of missionaries throughout the world working to spread the gospel. Additionally, one other thing I'm particularly passionate about is I'm on the board of the cemetery. I don't know if many of you have heard of Old Gray Cemetery. I'm a history major, some might say that a little bit of history there, but it's important. I value our community and our local history, so being on the board where we preserve the cemetery, the history. If you walk through there, you can see that there are many names that you find familiar buildings, roads across Knox County edition. It's a beautiful place, so that's something that's very important to me. It's important to our community. And I'm hopeful that continue to meet with anybody you or any of you, and if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Like it's been said before, the applications are due on the 14th, and the interview will be on the 17th. And hopefully they continue to move forward in the process. But ultimately, Knox County will be well served. There are a lot of very qualified people here that are applying for this position. So whoever ultimately gets the opportunity to serve in that capacity will serve all citizens of Knox County well. Thank you.